Do you recall not long ago we would walk on the sidewalk? Innocent, remember? All we did was care for each other. But the night was warm, we were bold and young. All around, the wind blows, we would only hold on to let go. Look, we need someone to lean on. Like all we need is somebody to lean on. Like we need someone to lean on. Like all we need is somebody to lean on.
Let's take them back.
Pelicans. come into a Western Conference contest in this game. Welcome to Minnesota, the home court advantage for the Timberwolves here at the Target Center. Thanks for joining us, everyone. It's the NBA. On 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. So for New Orleans right now, Gordon the off guard with Evans at the 3. The big men are Anderson and Davis. And it's Holiday in at point guard.
Anthony Davis.
And Davis gets it to go. One of the first things you notice about Anthony Davis is how long and athletic he is. He can get by most other big men, and he's got, Clark, as you like to say, that feathery shot, that feathery touch.
Yep, cotton candy soft is that jumper, and you've got to respect it. But he can also up fake you and with one dribble posterize you.
Ryan Anderson.
That's good.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
They set the screen. Jumper off the screen. Towns, no luck.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Wiggins against Evans. Wiggins outside. Just 5 to shoot. Rubio outside.
Tell you what, guys, his size really comes into play when there's a rebound battle going on. He's got an advantage in there.
Anderson outside. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
Great opportunity right there. He's got such tremendous length. He can just rise up and get separation for the 3.
And Rubio kicks to Zhang. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. And 10 gets it to go.
Just lazy defense on the glass there.
Well, nobody boxed out. Nobody put a body on anybody else. Things like that not only drive the coach crazy, that stuff gets under my skin.
And Holiday, here we go. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Davis has got his second bucket.
And for the Pelicans last year, they were at their best when they had great ball movement. Very tough to guard their team when the offense was so active.
Here's Levine. Can't cash in the runner. And here's New Orleans now. A big stretch here going 10-2. And Holiday kicks to Gordon. Holiday attacking. Davis has the open look. And that one comes up a bit short. Well, on the Pelicans, guys, they were 25-4. This is a good point, Greg. When they had 24 assists in games or more. League average on assists last year was 22 a game, Clark. So they were above that, and they played well when they were throwing it around.
Exactly, and they were right around the league average on the year. That record of 25-4 shows you just how dominant they could be when they were moving the ball and finding teammates.
Timberwolves trail by 4. Wiggins. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
It's like a running game in football. When you can pound the basketball inside, it also allows you to control the team's transition.
And New Orleans pushing it up now. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Courtney Dan. Adrian Payne comes in for Towns. Rudez checked in for Wiggins. And Jones subbed in for Ricky Rubio. I'm out.
And guys, for Zach LaVine, once he finally got comfortable last season, boy, did he heat up. He shot 42% over his rookie year, but 47% over the last month. And I think that gave him a lot of confidence as he's entering into year 2.
You know, as Greg was talking about, LaVine was a lights-out shooter at times in college. He would go on these benches, falling back, Clark, from 25 feet, draining it. I mean, unreal shots.
Well, it looks good when they're going down, but he also can then shoot you out of a game. So you pick your poison.
Shabazz Muhammad's checked in for the Timberwolves. Pekovic with the rebound.
You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough. He presents a defender with a serious challenge, always.
Now here's Jones. And there's the 3-second violation. Pelicans leading by 4. Davis sets a screen. And it's blocked. Jones against Holiday. Deflects the pass. And that one falls coming off of Davis's feed. Davis has got 3 assists in the game. Outside, Jones. Pass to Payne. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
I think he was surprised by how much space he had there and just rushed the shot a little bit.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
You know, that's hard to explain, that play. I mean, I guess he thought he had more room than he did.
Now here's Evans. Looking for his first basket still in this one. A nice pick right there to get him right to the rack.
And really, these teams don't even look like they belong on the same court today.
I don't think they do, based on what we've seen, a double-digit lead, and we're still in the first. Ouch. That's painful.
And it's Anthony Davis with the rebound.
Yeah, saw some things that just weren't working for them and wants to make some adjustments.
Yeah, and no reason to wait around to do that, Greg. I mean, might as well make those adjustments right away.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. Evans. The first quarter concludes in a double-digit. Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Pelicans.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
Yeah, the other thing, though, is they have attacked in the open floor. They're definitely getting a lot of easy ones that way.
On the court right now, second quarter for the Pelicans. The big men are Anderson and Davis. Holiday at the 1 with Gordon at the 2. And it's Evans in the small forward. Now here is Holiday. 10-point lead. This is their biggest.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
And guys, for Jrue Holiday last season was a tale of two halves. Over the first half, he displayed the leadership and the playmaking skills the team had originally acquired him for.
You know what, Kevin? Over the second half of the year, everything just kind of fell apart for Jrue. He couldn't shake an injury to his lower right leg, and as a result, had to watch from the bench as his team fought for its playoff lives.
Davis has gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 60%. Rubio with him. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. 4 on the clock. They grab their own miss. And the dunk by Towns.
Just a terrific effort on the offensive glass. That's how they're going to cut into this lead.
And Greg, a dunk like that is sure to give them a spark.
Which is a spark they desperately need, Kevin. They've got to ramp up the intensity.
Timeout call for Minnesota.
And Anthony Davis, growing up in the rough south side of Chicago, because of the violence, his father didn't let him venture to the playground. Instead, he built a basketball court in the backyard. This young man has come a long way.
Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Here's Levine, defended by Gordon. Wiggins drives in. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Tell you what, this is some serious showmanship here. Loving that tomahawk.
Clarkie came with force, and that's not just getting 2 points. He was sending a message.
Making a statement.
And also a momentum shifter. I mean, the energy, you can see it. Take a look at the bench. Those guys are fired up. That makes you worth fighting.
And so it looks like the Pelicans will retain possession here. Two on the clock. Here's Davis. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
Okay, fans.
Karl Anthony Towns didn't come into the previous year as the most highly touted prospect part, but his play last year at Kentucky would change that.
No question about it. People knew he was going to be good, Kevin, but few saw him being this good. He showed he could do a little bit of everything as a Kentucky big.
A platoon swap here for New Orleans. And he dunks it down.
Terrific assist that time by Rubio.
Pelicans leading by 8. Douglas the pass to Cole. From deep. Rubio with the rebound.
And guys, with Towns, he is so valuable in every aspect of the game. Really great at both ends of the floor. His defense is as strong as it gets for a first-year player.
Well, they really started to come on here in the second.
Clark, it's about how much more focused they look offensively here. They're trying to make up some ground.
Here's Cole. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Can't hit. Timberwolves trail by 6. Got it. Nice one there from Levine.
A nice run they put together here to bring it a little closer.
Yeah, they got hot. And I didn't think I'd be saying this a little while ago, but now this game's up for grabs.
And Cole kicks to Ajinça. Babbitt dishes to Cole. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
And perhaps the biggest plus about Towns is his upside. I mean, he's shown that he can make big strides in his level of play. Already good at shooting from outside and can play either post spot, too.
Okay, fans.
Minnesota calls timeout. It's now been a decade since the Minnesota Timberwolves played postseason basketball. Last trip to the postseason for the Wolves back in 2004.
Wow, that was a long time ago. And if you're wondering, that is the longest playoff drought in the league currently. Wolves want nothing more than to get back to playing playoff basketball, and featuring the #1 pick in last year's draft will help.
Good way to start, you're right. And stolen by Jang. Wiggins drives in. Can't hit from in close. Pelicans leading by 6. And Davis can't get it to go.
And, you know, even though the Wolves have been out of the playoffs so long, you get the sense it won't be too much longer. They've got a really nice core to build around, and I think could be special, especially Andrew Wiggins.
And Holiday kicks to Gordon. There's a good screen. Dishes to Davis. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two. It's going to be on Andrew Wiggins.
And as you mentioned, the Wolves could be back in the playoffs in due time. They are headed in the right direction. Some mistakes have been made along the way, but you have to like their future now.
Well, how about Anthony Davis in this one? He has 14 points and the 2 nice steals as well. That kind of mix of assists and rebounds is what wins you basketball games.
Clark, it's a rarity when you've got a guy that can just do it as well as he does on both ends.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
They better not. I mean, they've got to pad their lead anytime an opportunity presents itself, and that was a golden. And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Clark, maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
It could be, Kevin. I mean, a dunk like that can sometimes get an opponent reeling.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. Here's Pekovic. And the foul called on Anthony Davis. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
Here's Jones. They set the pick. Lets a floater go. Payne in the post. Davis is there. Payne can't hit.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount.
New Orleans shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And a season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
And so that brings the first half to a close. Pelicans lead by 9. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter. Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. You look at Anthony Davis in this game, he's been everywhere.
I just love the tenacity on the defensive side. I mean, his play on D has been a huge factor for them as he continues to get steal after steal.
And, guys, as the game moves on, I think he should continue to be aggressive defensively to keep ball handlers off balance.
And the third quarter about ready to get underway. You look at Anthony Davis in this game, he's been everywhere.
And in terms of points in that first half, you know, he's now at a point where we expect him to perform that way.
And, Greg, that tells you all you need to know about what a talent he is. I mean, I'll bet he adds a lot more to his totals after the break.
Wiggins outside of the 3 with Anthony Towns at the 4. Rubio and Levine teaming up in the backcourt. And it's Jang in at the pivot spot manning the middle. And that's the group starting the second half for Sam Mitchell. The Pelicans last season, a very solid team rebounding too. Top to bottom, the team they would rebound as a team.
And one of the metrics that I do like, that they led the league in contested rebounds. I mean, that speaks to the effort that this team competed with, and winning those 50-50 rebounds means more than just collecting any old miss.
Now here is Holiday. He's got 6. Gordon against Rubio. 5 on the clock. Here's Davis. Good on the 13-footer. Davis has got it going here in the start of the second half. The first points in the third quarter for the Pelicans. And the Timberwolves call time. Anthony Davis really making a difference here.
They don't seem to have any answers for him. They need to review their game plan and look for a way to cool him off.
Timberwolves trail by 11. Stolen by Anderson. Down low. It's tipped. Back to Holiday. Anderson outside. Lets it go from deep. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Anderson's got 9.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Hey, for Zach LaVine, the dunk contest last season was his coming out party to the world. He put on a show that everybody in the NBA was buzzing about.
And for LaVine and his dunking, if you saw him in college or last season, you knew he was a very special player in the air.
Well, LaVine can be one of the great all-time dunkers with his height and ability to lift off. He gets airborne so effortlessly that there are few that can match his power and finesse once he's airborne.
Well, for one, he hasn't let them down. I mean, but a few other guys need to pick up the pace if they're going to be good.
Evans passes to Holiday. And here's Anderson for 3.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
And when he's open like that, you don't see him miss those looks very often. And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
And Evans the basket on the assist by Davis. Evans has got 5 now.
You know, one aspect of their play today that's really been tight and far superior is their passing.
And that kind of flow can be elusive, but the great offenses have it, and that's just what they've shown here tonight.
Holiday dishes to Evans. Drops in the tray. Evans has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up. Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
Now Wiggins following the three-point attempt by Anthony Davis. Lets it go with a 3. Eric Gordon with the rebound.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
You would expect this with a young team, but the Timberwolves, Clark, really shied away from taking many threes last year.
Didn't have a lot of three-point shooters. I mean, about 17% of Minnesota's shots were threes, which was the lowest percentage in the league.
And for the Wolves, it made sense not to take a lot of threes, and they didn't have a lot of three-point threats. I mean, you have to play to your strength.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
And, you know, with how young the Wolves are, their perimeter players, I think, will add the 3-ball to their game. That's the next progression for them. I think it'll help them stretch the floor and play to their strengths a little bit.
To the paint. Now here's Jones.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush.
Not often you see him take that shot. Muhammad's got himself on the board with 3 there. Outside Holiday. Davis setting the pick for Holiday. Kicks it out to Evans. They grab their own miss.
You know, 9 times out of 10, he's going to knock that one down. He'll spray that one on you.
Pass to Payne. Lets the 3 fly. Here's Pekovic. Howard down with both hands.
And just scrapes and claws for that offensive rebound and doesn't take any chances there with the putback.
And GA, strong work all around. And the rebound and the stuff both. Wow.
Yep, he stayed with it all the way and got his reward at the end.
Timberwolves trailed by 13. Jones drives in. Payne at the elbow. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
Incredible, incredible body control right there. Don't know how he was able to get that one to go, but it sure was a thing of beauty to watch.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Prince comes in for Damian Rudez, and Ricky Rubio subbed in for Jones. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Davis. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. And that's now 24 points for Anthony Davis.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
The Timberwolves with just 2 free throws and 5 attempts to. Both teams deciding to change it up. Both free throws good from Rubio.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Here's Evans. It's tipped. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. New Orleans on top. They're up by 10. And we'll get it going after this from the Target Center. The fourth quarter just moments away now as we welcome you back. So for New Orleans right now, we've got Tyreke Evans. Norris Cole is out there with Tony Douglas. Then it's Luke Babbitt. And it's Ajinça in at the 5. Pelicans leading by 10. Here's Evans. Five on the clock.
Oh, my goodness. He's just getting nasty on him now. Wow.
Yeah, now that they've built up a lead, this is when he really breaks out those incredibly slick moves.
Man, like a Ginsu knife, just slicing and dicing.
And it's Wiggins missing. Well, for New Orleans, shooting certainly key for them in this one. 55% from the field.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Here's Levine. And it's Rubio penetrating. Can't get it to go. So the Pelicans will take it the other way. They led by as many as 18 points. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Last season was possibly the best of Tyreke Evans' career, at least since his unbelievable rookie campaign.
Yeah, and Kev, a lot of that has to do with his injury history. I mean, last year he played in 79 games. That's the most of his career. So you could say it was probably the healthiest season he's had since he was a rookie. Quincy
Pondexter, he's checked in for New Orleans. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Here's Towns. It's deflected. And here's Douglas. The dish to Cole. Pass to Ajinça. Parked down low that time, and he got the 3-second goal. Timberwolves trailed by 14. And Rubio kicks to Towns. Over to the wing. Plenty of space. Levine can't hit.
And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot